morning, people, and Happy New Year. I'm Lisa here at Shady Tree Stitches, and thank you so much for joining me. This is a video about cross stitch, and you're going to get to see my progress every week, hopefully, for the year, and also the lovely Jenny comes and joins me once a month. So I thank you for joining me. If you're returning, then you know I appreciate you. Feel free to comment anytime. I really like seeing the comments, and I do try and acknowledge them or answer them if there are questions. And if you ask questions, then I can actually bring them up in the video to show people. So thank you. If you're new, I hope you like what you see. I like to just talk pretty much about the stitching. There's a lot of other stuff, and we get straight into it. Today you'll see I'm in my bedroom, but this is now my new stitchy spot. I've been evicted from the family room back into this little corner that I originally envisaged to be my stitchy spot. You can see there I've got my trolley with all the stitchy things on it, and there's my stitchy chair, and this chair here is perfect for if I'm stitching on Zoom. It's got lots of nice natural light and plenty of room for everything. So I am talking to you today about the first 8 days of stitching. I'm planning to do this video every week on a Sunday. It is currently Sunday the 9th of January. So you've got 8 days of stitching to see, and I'm going to try and stick to that weekly schedule where possible. So what have I worked on? Well, I have been busy working my way through lots of prompts. In particular, this one here. I'm not bringing it over. You can see there's a bit of green there. That is 311 stitches. 311 stitches on my biggest whip, which is one that I got online, and it's a Disney World map. And I am stitching down in this little corner. I started down here behind Daisy Duck's butt and the Eiffel Tower, and so I have stitched it that way. So really it's like the picture's that way at the moment. I didn't want to bring it over because that would just be too hard. It's huge. It's like 150 centimeters in height, and I made myself a frame that using the guidelines from DD Stitching, Nicole. Thank you for that. She showed us how to make the PVC frames, and I love them. You'll see one soon when I get to another piece. So that's the first piece I stitched on. I am doing a thing this year where I am trying to keep myself focused to get some progress. And I'm just going to show you a page out of my planner. This is what I'm following. So this piece here, I got it from Carla. I've got 13 whips listed down the side. The first 3 are for my daily 30 animal run. Then there's 6 that get called for whip go. And then I've got a full coverage that I want to do focus on. And then I have room for a couple more, including my sal and my temperature tree, which you'll see. And I'm trying to fit all my stitching for the month into those. And then what I've done, all those bits over here, down this side is how many stitches I need on each one. For whip go, the girls set me a goal of 2200 on each of my whip go pieces. And then all the challenges I'm in here, and I work out where I want them and colour them off where I have stitched them. And as you can see, that's my week 1 stitching in purple. I'm going to use different colours. Really enjoying the journaling and data collecting aspect. So what have I stitched on apart from the world map? Because that was just the first day. I am doing a daily stitch, well, a daily record for my data collection using this piece that I got from Etsy of a temperature bookshelf. And I am stitching on it 5 days out of the 7 for my daily 30 for 30 minutes. And it is going to record my stitch count. So you can see that where I got up to there. And I've got the first few days books done. So it's starting to come together well. For half an hour of stitching, I need to do the book, obviously, and a bit more of the bookshelf. We'll see how we go when I get a bit more of it done. But I'm really happy with how that's going. So I've got my first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days there. I haven't done yesterday's yet, but that's okay. So 7 days stitching done on that one, and that one has had about 400 stitches done on it, about at 100 every 30 minutes. It varies a little bit. The next one I worked on is good old Anzac. My Anzac by Long Dog. I'm going to try and get this one finished this year if I can. So there's half of it in the picture, and I'm actually stitching up in the other half, which is totally not where that picture is. So I've worked on this part up in the corner here. And as we go through, you'll start to see before and after photos of where I'm up to. But since this is the first one for the year, this is the starting point. So you're going to get to see, yeah, okay, I've done 1 week stitching, but it's a close to a starting point. So I did about 550 stitches on Anzac for a couple of prompts. The next one I worked on, I love having these cards here. This was the best idea I had. It means it's so easy to find you the pictures. I just have to flip through, 15 cards. This is Gigi by Nora Corbett. She's a lovely witch, and I got quite a lot done on her. So I really need to fix the light for this one. I started here, and then I got all this black. You can see that her hair's coming through there, and the hat. So she's starting to come to shape. So who knows? Maybe what 2,200 stitches on her is going to look like this month. It's exciting. I also worked a bit on Cross Stitch Nation. Now this is my sal that I am doing with a couple of the Shady Tree stitches, and we are all stitching it together, and we are making an effort to stitch it every Thursday night. And each one of these people is one of the Shady Trees retreat people. So I was working on Sue's dress. She chose brown color, orangey and burnt brown, and so I have done about 300 stitches on Sue's dress, which is good. I also have done some work on, oh, Dudley's come in. I also did some work on Jingling Ladies. Now the Jingling Ladies are they're a stamped cross stitch, and I have put them on one of these frames because it's huge. It's a big piece. You can see I've got it in a little slip cover, and just to show you where I've actually stitched down here, I stitched all the whites that you can see around this part here. It's hard to see on the stamped cross stitch, so I don't know how much I'll be showing this one, but I'm really enjoying it. And with the frame, it means that it can fit nice and straight, so it's really good. So I'm really enjoying that. So this is one of the PVC frames that Nicole taught me how to do, and the only problem I had was that when you're sitting, this is cover and make like a pillowcase, when you're sitting stitching on it on your lap, you got to hold it, and my Lowry, it's sort of too wide for the Lowry, so I had to come up with an alternative, and I'm just working on the prototype, but I think I might have found it. And this is what I'm calling the QSnap Attachment. So you can see it fits around your QSnap, and then it supports you, so you can sit it on your lap and it actually supports it, and you hold it to stitch. So I'm just working on the prototype for that, but my plan is that I just need one of these attachments that I can then attach to any of those frames, but I've got to try it out with the big ones. Okay, so the other thing I stitched on, so I did 900 stitches on the Jingling Ladies, was I stitched 570 stitches on Joya Noel. And this one was funny because I started with that red angel, and then I had to do a certain amount of colours in red. Then I had to do a certain amount of colours to do with snowflakes. So That's where I got up to. And it's on the needle today, so it's going to get more love. So that is why it's sitting there with its trial. In case you're wondering, I know I've got a prompt coming up where I've got to do a bunch, I think 1,000 stitches in green. So that's why I'm now in the middle. I'm going to work my way through that green pattern there. So yeah, so that's what I have worked on. And then I also did some work on the ABC houses. I did 800 stitches on them, but for some reason I didn't bring them out, so you'll have to wait till next week to see them. So that, people, is the stitching. And I like to go through the numbers just to give myself some motivation. 4,401 stitches this week. So it's been a good week. It didn't start off good, it started horrible. 300 days and a 50 day. Not much, but then I've been able to pick it up a bit since then. So that's really good. So for this week coming, we'll be still working on the same pieces, but I know I've got to work on a couple of others. My shabby autumn calendar is going to get a look in. My amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf is going to get a look in. This is the ABC houses that I worked on. And also the samurai. So really hoping that get some work done on them this week. Okay, haul. I actually have some haul, apart from all the bits and bobs to make the frames, and I'm enjoying them so much that they just might become an item available on Paddock Lane Designs, so watch this space. I delved into JK's clearance centre. I'm loving the clearance centre, and so I bought myself some Plum Street. I've got the llama lump from Plum Street, the rack stack, and the Roo Crew. And these are just not for now, but later. And also she had some from Little Dove Designs. 'Tis the Season. And this is very me, Little Dove High Street. So really enjoyed them. So they are my stash for the week. Okay, people, so that is pretty much all there is for me this week. I really hope you have a great week of stitching. I have got those prizes to give out. I know I've heard from 2 of the 3 people. I think I've heard from all 3. So I haven't got them posted yet, but I will. Now that Christmas silly season's over, I can get back to normal, and that will be good. So I look forward to catching you next week. I hope you have a really good week of stitching. If you want to stay up to date with what's going on, please subscribe and hit the little bell for the notifications. That way it lets you know what's happening. All right, until next week, happy stitching, everyone.